very important. Mighty will, of course, have the first pick, but I think they're going to be a little bit frustrated with how the last part of that game went, where they committed to core, taking a heavy risk.
Hey. We have to talk about Syndragosa. I think that was one of the biggest one. He could Arthur's with the sustain. I think that could have been enough for the last 11%. Not by himself, but if he had more time to buy in the front line, I mean, maybe they could have done it, but that was the way. And going into Battlefield of Eternity, maybe they need to change up their ban a little bit, maybe banning Vala instead, because you're going up against MVP Miracle here.
Yeah. I'd say that's a pretty reasonable ban. But if you ban the Vala instead of the Illidan, they build into the Illidan. We've seen them do that before on this map too with great success, so it's tough, you know? And when we saw them play on Battlefield of Eternity against RRR yesterday, they did go into the second rotation Illidan with Leeming and Greymane. So we'll see if they want to draft around that Mighty does, or if they want to draft around the Vala. It's actually on that very map that Vala was picked 4th going in for RRR just for extra damage on the Immortal. So Mighty will continue to ban the Illidan here. So high chance for sure that we see the Vala commitment here for Miracle if it's not taken away right now from Mighty. So we'll just take the Uther.
Constant Uther first pick. They love the Uther. It's so strong right now. They do not want to lose the power of Uther. Also Divine Shield saving the front line like Stitches sometimes in game number 2. Take that away. And knowing that Miracle, they love Vala, and this is the map for the Q Vala with the strafe coming on also. Everything is open still in the air. Malfurion, Ariel, Tassadar, everything is open for them. They just have to decide which way they want to take it.
Well, we'll be Leeming and Anubarak. So that's how they're going to take it for themselves right now. The Uther Vala composition with Ariel. So double support is going to be very strong here. I'm liking the draft for Mighty already. They took away the Illidan that Miracle likes to run. They got the Leeming that they've prioritized first against RRR, but not the Illidan. And this is a lot of protection for the Vala already. We'll see what Miracle wants to run. I don't think it's going to be Chromie.
Not this time. Not this time for sure. Maybe Miracle is actually thinking about some hooks from the other side, grabbing Uther or Ariel, taking away one of the supports before the team fight starts. I think that's also a great answer. Having Malfurion open and Stitches also open right now. So banning for Miracle, of course for the front line, but which one? Anubarak, they chose themselves already. If they want to go something like Illidan, which is already banned, but Zeratul is still a very good answer. So banning on Arthur. Seems like they're going towards Sonya a little more. We did see some action from Dami on Sonya.
Zeratul banned, so definitely leaning towards that way. You could pick it up right now with Tassadar, and then 5th pick the Rhaegar. It'd actually be a pretty reasonable draft for them, given the proclivity of how they like to play. It gives them flexibility with aiming for the poke against Vala's composition, and then the burst that can come in with that. And Sonya's longer sustained. Her Ancient Spear is really good in this situation for stuns. My biggest concern, though, with the Sonya pick is that it might not be enough DPS to actually, or enough hard CC to lock down the Vala and kill her. So, I mean, other options for big CCs for tanks would be the Muradin, potentially an ETC. Dahaka can still be used to split push on this map, even though it's only a 2-lane map. Could have the hooks come in. They could take a more macro approach, ignoring the objective. But the objective on this map is so strong. Don't think that's how you want to take this if you're Miracle. Options abound. It will be actually the Greymane. Could be Dami's Greymane making a return here with Tyrael. So this feels very Tempest-esque from back in the day.
But just without the false stat, there's Leeming and Anubarak into play now. Lots of CC onto their side. The burst is real, and Sanctification is available. Uther may actually need to go for that cleanse this time, because they do not have any cleanse against so many CCs on the other side. Tyrael may just go for the judgment if Uther does not go for the cleanse. And with that burst damage and lots of CC on the other side, D.Va for the zoning tool.
I had a feeling we were going to see D.Va here. The zoning you just mentioned can help really ruin the combos that come in with the Nubrock and the Tyrael. And also, you have extra damage reduction for Vala. The Stitches pick here pairs with the detainment strikes you can see, especially in lane, and Uther's Hammer of Justice. So I like this draft a lot for Mighty. I think it's really solid. It's not all in on the Vala. D.Va does a decent amount of damage to the Immortals too, and also use that to build her self-destruct, which could be such a useful zoning tool, as you were saying. So I'm liking this draft. I think this is probably just going to be a 5th pick Rhaegar for Miracle. Not really much else I could see here. The Kharazim falling out of favor big time in Korea.
I think Kharazim is still okay, but Rhaegar, with the ancestral healing, I think you need the burst healing to come out. I think that's the way how they decided here.
Whose draft do you like more? Putting you on the spot, you got 10 seconds, G-Cliff, go.
Ooh, the neural one is Mighty for sure. With the D.Va coming in and the hooks, I think they can make it happen. Some CCs, also the target hammer is available for Mighty, so Mighty. I'm
going to have to agree with you. I think Miracle's composition is really strong, and it would be really strong on a map like Infernal Shrines, for example, even Dragonshire. But on this map, I like how they've built the protection for the Vala, the all-aroundness of the comp, the extra pick potential with Stitches. Gonna have to agree with you. I think Mighty might have the edge in this one, but let's find out who wins it as we go into game number 3 on Battlefield of Eternity. In blue, Mighty, Joker on D.Va, BDG on Vala, Good on Stitches, Nasang on Ariel, and Magi on Uther.
And in red, MVP Miracle, Judy on Nubrock, Dami on Tyrael, Jaehyun on Rhaegar, Crazy Moving on Neeming, and Sniper on Greymane.
Okie dokie. Big boosters coming out here for D.Va. Believe that nerf comes into a future patch on the speed for those, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll see how this draft for Miracle works out. They have the team fighting composition that's very good at dive. The Nubrock, the Tyrael, could be Judgment, Sanctification, also going to be good for the dive. So opportunities on both heroics here. Judgment making a big comeback in the meta, but still think Sank would be very good here too. They have the poke from Li Ming, but the Vala isn't even going for a Q build actually with the Ariel here. So we knew this was a possibility because it's Valariel, which is used normally on other maps like Infernal Shrines, but gonna lose definitely a little bit of DPS for the race. So that gives Miracle an opportunity, especially the Li Ming pick, to poke the Immortals down. Greymane very quick at doing damage here as well. Not that auto attack Vala is bad against the Immortals by any means, but it's usually the Q you see. So we see a Detainment Strike actually connecting here onto Jaehyun. Not the best team synergy there on target selection.
Yeah, but still, for the hope on the Ariel, you barely ever go for the Q Vala, of course. You will have less reasons to actually go for the Q Vala with the Ariel. Of course, W does get you a lot more hope as a burst damage. Of course, it helps on the team fights too. And lacking, because you know Li Ming will be poking from the side, and good, if you know which way it's coming from, you can just hook the Li Ming into play and force Li Ming to fight into the position. Use that teleport for Li Ming to really use that escape already as a tool.
So Hook coming in here. There's the follow-up stun, the Detainment Strike. This is what we were talking about with a Stitches pick. You have to be in the right position to make it work. Say they were out more in the more open field area in the middle of the map. Wouldn't be able to make that combo work with the Detainment Strike there, but that was really well done. Hammer of Justice at the ready. So already picking Rhaegar off in this fight.
Also, Nasang was onto the side actually to hit that Detainment Strike onto the wall for the stun. But he could actually get punished for that, so he still has to watch out for his positioning. He did get punished a few times when he was playing Uther previously on Dragon Shrine.
Yeah, on Spider Queen as well. So this is what we were talking about with D.Va too. She does a decent amount of damage. She's actually just going to solo the Immortal right now while also building self-destruct. Doesn't build as quickly as when you hit heroes or if you can hit multiple targets, but just going to hit the single one here, doing that extra damage, building the self-destruct, getting the upgrade for that as well at level 4. You see Judy is going to fall here, and this is just in a straight 4v4. Here's the follow-up hook, and again the root. No detainment, but the auto is real here as BDG rotates in, and this might be a double. Onto Crazy moving here. He does fall down. Well done. That's a triple in total. And all the while, D.Va is just working on this Immortal. Joker soon to have that self-destruct.
Wow, that... Can't believe we're living in this double support world. The sustain was real. They were all staying together, getting the AoE heal coming out from Ario, and the heals from Uther. Bala was staying in super aggressive, and Crazy moving for overextending a little bit. Got punished for the last bit of Q damage from Bala.
Okay, so here we're going to see the self-destruct here just to buy time, just to secure this. D.Va will get killed in pilot form, though, so a little bit unfortunate. Unable to mech there. Good targeting by Miracle, but the zoning you saw just from that one self-destruct made sure this was a heavily shielded Immortal instead of a maybe 1/4 shield Immortal. So well done using that zone. So this is well practiced from Mighty. You could tell this is not a composition they thought of on the fly. They like using the D.Va here for the solo DPS, the sustain for Vala. This is why we see not the Q build, because they want her in lane to shove the lane, to threaten MVP Miracle in lane while D.Va gets the free damage done there. And because of Stitches, they get picks, so they make it a 4v4 in lane. No one can pressure the D.Va. The D.Va gets the self-destruct. This is a really cool comp coming out from Mighty. What we see from Miracle is standard, it's traditional. It's nothing outside of the box, but what we're seeing here from Mighty is really intelligent, and I gotta give them props for bringing this composition to light.
Yeah, that's right, and Miracle really having a tough time. Look at the positioning of BDG. He's alone and just falling back right now to follow back with the heals coming out from
Look,
Ario.
another hook, and here's the stun follow-up. So much sustain, so much damage from BDG. That wouldn't have been possible without the auto attack, without the W build here coming out for the shots. So really liking this so far. You've got pick potential with this composition, unlimited sustain, and you just walk down lane like it belongs to you, like it's a red carpet.
Yeah, you think you get a lot more armor, but not Ario. Nubrog only has a spell armor, not for the auto attacks. So getting a lot of those auto attacks from Vala, gets tons of damage. Also, great hooks coming out from not Joker this time.
And D.Va just wrecking here in the solo lane, gets away, saves the mech. Really well done. They're only up 1.5 levels or so, but the structural damage done is real. The bot lane attempt here for Miracle to take the neutral camp is really smart. They had vision of everybody. It's going to be at the cost of a free Bruiser camp coming out here from Mighty, but they can always rotate back. They have Greymane clearing the top wave that's coming up from the neutral camp taking top. Then they can kind of slide into taking their own Shaman camp right before the Immortal phase. As you can see on the minimap, that's exactly what they're doing here.
And without cleanse coming out from Uther, Miracle may actually go for the Judgment. They do not have the most first, like coming out from the Ragnarok Smash, but there is Leeming, Greymane. If they can target close enough onto Vala, if Mighty lose Vala, that's all of their 80% of their damage is removed like that. So maybe they will actually go in for the all-in one target CC.
Also notice Ariel's not building into wave clear at all, just completely building into the heals. So the Detainment Strike upgrade at level 4. This is a really cool way to play this composition for Mighty. They've really well thought this out. I know I sound like a broken record on this, but now they've got 10. We'll see if they commit in. There's going to be Rain of Vengeance. Connects here with Dami. Backs away. It's actually Sniper on the Greymane and not Dami because of the role position swap, so kind of an unusual thing to see with how well Dami has played Greymane in the past, but because it's not Wizened Duelist, because it's not the go for the throat Greymane in this meta, that's why we see that swap. So I know a lot of people were sniped to see Dami on the Greymane, myself included, but you can understand why they don't.
Yep, and they need to push this to get the structure EXP to hit that 10, and good already using the bio to let them not escape from there, making a big rotation all the way down here.
Hook doesn't connect, sadly. They're splitting them in 2 groups, though, with the wedge coming over here. BDG and Nasong. Full hope. There's the detainment strike. Look at the self-destruct zoning here. This is going to force a rotation from Miracle onto the wrong side of the map. They don't have 10. They don't have their heroics. They try to get the kill on Joker in Pilot Diva mode. That's not going to happen. Dami taking some extra damage here from that arrow. All the while, Sniper is doing a decent amount of damage to the Immortal. I feel like he's making the correct decision in terms of macro play here. Not going to rotate down and try to fight a lost cause. Just trying to use that fight, use that opportunity to at least burn down as much of Mighty's Immortal as they can with the shielding there. And finally, they will get 10, but it's too little too late.
They lost. I feel like Miracle lost a lot more than what they could have lost against Mighty. The zoning, you couldn't really escape from all the self-destruct coming out from Diva. If you're going to lose 2, just commit all the other resources onto taking out the shield, because you are going to lose this Immortal anyhow. So maybe not the best decision coming out for MVP Miracle right now overall throughout this game, actually.
Especially when you consider that there are tools for shutting down mobility, like the self-destruct, Diva's ability to use her thrusters, her boosters to knock you into an uncomfortable position with their stitches, hooks, detainment strikes, and the Hammer of Justice. So you can see why Miracle did it, but when you think about it deeper, it just feels like the wrong choice. And even Sniper was able to realize that he was going to make the best out of a bad situation there. Came over early, didn't try to rotate down to help his teammates, and didn't even try to soak for 10, knowing that it wasn't going to save them. So good decisions by Miracle, but the composition for Mighty and the execution of this composition is making me get a little bit of chills. I feel pretty excited to see Diva used in such a way here in Korea. We weren't sure if it was going to be popular here, as it was pretty low used by Korea in the mid-season brawl. It was used more from other regions, but starting to catch on.
And Crazy Moving was trying to get a kill. Still talking about the last team fight. Was trying to get a kill onto Diva, but just refilling on that mech is what makes Diva so powerful, as you just saw from the last team fight. Mighty really knowing that advantage of 13, really pressuring hard onto this keep now. They know the range of hook. Crazy Moving felt that in the last game and also this game.
They're good at getting very aggressive here in terms of positioning. Does eat a few keep shots there. But the siege camp is coming over here. The Impalers force a longer reaction for Miracle. So you can see, if you look at the UI to the top of the screen, that the Soul Lane is yet again going very well for Diva in the matchup against Tyrael, pushing that in as well. This allows them to have an invade. They have self-destruct available. This is a disastrous decision, I feel like, for MVP Miracle. Joker deciding to hold on to that self-destruct for a bit longer. Ancestral's already used, but Jaehyun's on the wrong side of the fight. Here comes the bunny hop in. Crazy Movement's dead. Self-destruct not even needed to stop this, to get this invade going. I think a big macro mistake, an uncharacteristic mistake in terms of decision-making here for Miracle to try to take this cap, knowing Mighty could collapse on them in an instant, knowing their position was there. They had vision of all the members. They still decided to take the risk, and this may cost them the game. It's going to cost them most likely a keep at worst-case scenario for Mighty.
Yeah, it feels like they didn't know. They were very caught. It seemed like they were caught by surprise. Tyrael was off position, could not really protect anyone with the sanctification used very late, actually, to save himself only at the very end.
The hook!
Again, coming out. I think that's enough damage to actually take a kill onto Dami again. Cocoon used very late only. That's the power of double support. When you use Cocoon, you usually Cocoon the support, but when there are 2, which one do you... It's really hard to make this split-end decision in that small amount of time. And they're still not 13 yet. Mighty's going to take this. Miracle coming in for the defense.
They don't have Sanctification. Tyrael's not available. Remember, the self-destruct wasn't used earlier. It's used now. This forces everyone out of position. Joker, in pilot form, secures the kill there. Going on to Anubarak. They hook onto Jaehyun. Mighty is on fire. Worried about their momentum after the loss there, where they all into the core in Game 2. But they bounce back with a solid draft for their opponent's map pick. And this is looking real good now for them. They have the keep advantage. The catapults are starting to stack up. This is going to be a heavily shielded Immortal to look for the second keep. Miracle does have level 13 now. They're only 1 talent tier behind at this stage, but still 3 levels of scaling down. And defending this keep feels like an impossibility at this stage.
They got about half shield down, so they will definitely get a keep because the keep wall is already down, as you mentioned. They can even go for the fort. Joker is charging up the gauge for the self-destruct. Later on, they can also zone out on the core. The range of the self-destruct is so huge that entire team of Miracle, they don't know how to position against that self-destruct right now.
Remember the level 16 talent here too for D.Va with pilot form?
already used.
Wow, just bunny hopping here with the spray. The level 16 talent for DPS here is going to be insane. So let's see. Here we go. The commitment in. Judy does get caught. Ancestral way too late. Jaehyun, will he be able to use one at all in this fight? That's a big question. Joker survives here with this mech. Doesn't have the self-destruct, was very close to one. But look at the DPS coming out now, even from the pilot D.Va. That's going to be the triple kill here. Immortal still at full health. And with a 1 kill here for MVP Miracle, it's actually not even really a kill because it was onto the D.Va mech. You could argue Miracle, they had their perfect win yesterday over RRR. Now they get a taste of their own medicine as Mighty gets the perfect game against them here nearly with only the D.Va mech going down. They win it 15-1. No forts down. This D.Va composition with the ball on Battlefield of Eternity, the sustained comp, pushing the lanes, sending D.Va to solo, those Immortals getting the picks with really good Stitches accuracy. This was well played, well drafted by Mighty. You and I both favored the draft of Mighty, but I didn't know how much I was going to like it until we saw the game.
Joker, the man on the D.Va, knowing exactly how to use the D.Va to zone out the entire enemy, went to throw with the thruster. That was an excellent move by Joker there. And I love seeing these